on, young chickens? Woo! We're on the penultimate episodes of Uncanny Counter, and it's been so good! Do you agree? Because I'm just living, okay? So the recap should be really light this week because there were some main themes. It's big stuff happened, but not a lot of stuff happened. So react with me, baby. Okay, so first of all, did you see when Ji-Junction, the Mac Daddy evil spirit, and his host, the human, they've become fully merged, okay? Meaning that usually an evil spirit occupies a host and works with the host, but this time they had become one and the same. But yeah, there's no separation between the evil spirit and the host. The most that the host is able to do is to stop the evil spirit from killing a kid, but that's the most, and barely, you know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. And up in the heavenly territory, all of the heavenly spirits give a talk to their counterparts, to their hosts, right? So that means Wiegand talks to Mun and Suko talks to his mom. I don't remember all their names, but anyway, they say, oh, this is bad because Ji-Junction and the evil spirit have fully merged, which means he's gonna be almost unstoppable. This guy's gonna be immortal, okay? And in 1 month, Soman's parents' souls, along with the rest of the souls that this evil spirit pretty much ate, they will completely disappear. So now they're on a countdown clock. So it's oh my goodness. And the best idea they have, get this. The best idea these heavenly spirits have are these 4 birch trunks, okay? But they're very thin. They're only this around, okay? So they have these really thin staffs, and they're supposed to create a barrier around the evil spirit. Basically, it's not a great plan. It's a plan with a lot of room for mishap, for miscalculations, for unexpected occurrences, right? Oh, and so all of the counters, they even have to call in their benefactor, and he hasn't been in the field for a long time, but they have to call him to hold one of these staffs because there's only 4 of them, right? And Soman, the only way this is gonna work if Soman can summon the territory at will. But don't worry, because Soman finally figured out how he can summon the territory. So he figured out, I don't summon the territory effortlessly when I'm angry. I actually summon the territory when I want to save someone. And I love to see it because that made Soman more wholesome in my eyes. He realized he didn't just have to tap into anger to get extraordinary results. So I love that for him. Okay, so they go in with this plan to defeat Ji-Junction, and oh my goodness, I will say it kind of works the first time. The only reason that it works is because of the element of surprise. They go in there and they're able to surround him, and they're almost able to exorcise the spirit out of him. Soman walks up like a bad A, and he's ooh, I'm gonna take the evil spirit out of you, right? And even Ji-Junction tries to go at him and says, oh my gosh, you're too much of a coward to fight me on your own. And Soman has learned, and he's you know what? I can be a coward as long as I defeat you. I'm yes, Soman, yes. But right at the last second, when Soman is about to exorcise the evil spirit out of Ji-Junction, oh my gosh, that is when a little kid runs up and he grabs onto Soman's pant leg, and he's no, because they happen to be in an orphanage, because at the beginning of the episode, Ji-Junction showed up and killed the guy he called his first father, because he already killed his second father. He killed his first father. He's you both abused me, and you can kind of see why the evil spirit has overtaken him. But anyway, back to the point. He saved this little boy earlier in the episode. This was the one child that he ended up being able to save from the evil spirit, Ji-Junction. And so that same kid comes and clings onto Mun's pant leg because he's confused. And anyway, that is when Ji-Junction picks up the gun and shoots himself in the head. Oh my goodness! I was so upset because they almost had him. I was so angry. How did you guys feel about that moment? Because they were so close! So close! And it was a plan that was was so faulty, like from the beginning. So they only had this shot to me like once. And I was wondering, like, come on guys, like, aren't you gonna call in backup here? Don't you have like some counters in some other cities that you can call or something? Because this just seems like a lot for 4 people. And it's not even like the dude is on his own. He's got that crazy lady who's always hanging with him. So she presents an obstacle as well. I'm just like, the strategy. As I've said before, sometimes the strategy of this group. Motok is finally able to get some justice for his ex-girlfriend, Jung Young. Remember, she was killed last episode by the corrupt police department, and even their chief. This was crazy. The chief, you know, who Motok knew personally, who Jung Young, like, you know, his ex-girlfriend, knew personally. He's the one that shot her. Isn't that crazy, Sauce? Like, this guy was so bad. At first I thought he was just going along with the flow for all these years. Like, at first he had to cover up a murder, and then like he just kept having to do bad things and he was pushed into it. But man, over time he's really shown his true colors. The fact that he was able to go shoot his once friend in cold blood, that was a straight up mess. But anyway, Motok, along with her assistant who mourns her death, they were able to bring them to justice. And so, yeah, the police chief and one of his cohorts, they went to jail. It was really great. So let's count all the people who are now in jail. First, we have the leader of the Taishan Corporation, once a former gangster. He's in jail. And then also, we have the police chief who I just talked about. He's in jail. And then also, finally, the mayor. The mayor is in jail. He was so bad to the bone, but now he's in jail. So then that businessman comes around, and I can't remember what his name is, but he comes and he talks to the mayor, and he basically blackmails him, or he just holds something over his head. He's like, I'm not gonna work with you anymore. I don't want you to even come after me. You know what? I got footage. I got footage showing that you were one of the 2 people who killed Kim Young-nim all those years ago. And this was the lady, I'm pretty sure now I know, she was pregnant with the mayor's child, and it would have messed with his campaign. So that's why they killed her. And it was the leader of the Taishan Corporation who did it, and it was the mayor who did it, and that businessman had both of them on film. Aigo! After the businessman and the mayor have that talk, like, dude is despondent. By dude, I mean the mayor. The mayor's despondent. He took something, a sliced button, and he slit his wrist. Oh my goodness. And so then he's unconscious. He's on his way to the hospital. And remember how I was talking about how Ji Junction shot himself in the head? Oh my goodness. That is when the evil spirit escapes, and you think it's just gonna disappear, right? But no, the evil spirit escapes, and the evil spirit goes into the mayor. I mean, what was your reaction? Okay, so now the evil spirit is in the mayor. Crazy sauce, okay? And like this evil spirit, like, he has to take some time to recover because he lost some strength from when they cornered him, like in those birch trunks, but he's still bad to the bone. In fact, you know, like the Taishan Corporation leader's brother, the one who's like still a gangster, very apparently, he killed him. And he killed his friend too. I was like, whoa, like this evil spirit, he's just like out of control, right? So, and then telepathically he calls to the lady, because the lady was like in her hotel room, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe that guy shot himself in the head. What am I gonna do now? How am I gonna pay all my bills? What's gonna go on, right? And then she receives a telepathic message from him, and he's like, come over to where I am, and we're gonna rule this thing together again. I was just like, whoa, this guy, out of control. So that leads up to the last thing that happened in the episode, which was they decide to corner Ji Junction again, but they want to use the element of surprise because Hana, you know, one of the counters, she actually followed that crazy lady back to their hideout, you know, the hideout of Ji Junction and the crazy lady, forgot her name. Anyway, followed them back to the hideout, and so they know the location. But what they didn't anticipate was that it would all be a trap. Ooh! Like I said, I felt like the plan was very faulty from the beginning. And so they follow them back and try to run the same game plan as they did before to try to, you know, corner Ji Junction. but it doesn't work because that crazy lady, she never really left. By the way, I really like the actress who plays that crazy lady because, I mean, I know she's bad, but like, it's fun to watch her act, dude. Okay, so yeah, she comes up and she just breaks one of the birch trunks. And you're like, well, that was really easy to stop that plan. So that happens. And now all of the counters who are outside are in danger. And guess who's in the most danger? So-mun. Because now the mayor, who has the evil spirit inside him, isn't even being dispelled by that barrier. So So-mun is facing off against him, with his regular strength. And it's bad news bears. Like, So-mun's already taking a beating. There's blood, there's gashes, blah, 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 blah. And the mayor's coming toward him, and he's like, I'm gonna destroy you, finally, right? But then, So-mun comes. So-mun's like, not that easy. And he stands up, and like, literally, he gets psychokinesis powers. Like, little pebbles are moving. You're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen now? I'm like, guys, I know. I'm so excited. I'm so invested. Okay, you know why? Because I have seen So-mun get his butt beat many times during this series, but I don't think I've ever seen So-mun's full potential. And I always knew it was there, okay? Because I feel like he always had more power just from the get-go than all of the other counters, and I really want to see what he can do. And now he's feeling like the righteousness, just come up inside him, and he's ready to fight Ji Shin, and so I'm totally ready to see it. What was your favorite part of this episode? You can see that I had many favorite parts. What was your favorite part of this episode, and what are you looking forward to next week? Oh my goodness, next week is the last 2 episodes. I know. I'm so jazzed. I'm so jazzed. This has really been a great drama, and I will make sure to give you, the final recap and my full rating next week. I can't wait. Okay, guys, I will see you next week then. Bye-bye. In the morning, in the evening, or sometime in between, I hope that you will see